Hey guys, welcome back. And let's get to it. We're gonna get to your reading. We're gonna see who I'm reading for. Okay, Spirit guys, Spirit guys, is good. Who am I reading for? Okay. There's two ways to see this, but there's been some trickery being put into play. Either you have been tricking yourself or someone has been tricking you either into believing something or either into believing yourself. There has been a play here. There's been a game that has been played. But what Spirit is saying is this is disappearing. It's dwindling out. Seeing majorly your solar plexus being affected, but Spirit is saying have faith in the fact that we're protecting you. You are being guided, and that confirmation. And 144, and that you're growing, and that these weeds are finally taking themselves out. They're gotta be taken out. Spirit guys, is good. What have they been tricking you in? What were they tricking you in? They tricked you into isolation. So you probably went into isolation. You disconnected from the world. You felt like you got grounded in some way. There was this enablation that happened in regards to isolating or making you believe that you needed to isolate. And maybe this wasn't even something that you consciously even were aware about. You probably had an idea somewhere in the back of your mind, but this happened unconsciously. You unconsciously start to isolate yourself. And it's also in regards, I'm seeing, what's it called? It's I'm shifting different realities, and I'm seeing in both ends. You were shown both perspectives. And one is you are projecting somebody outside of you to be someone, a trickster. Or are you being tricked by the world and the universe in some way? And then I'm also seeing another perception of you being the victim, or you playing victim, and you acting what's it called? That it wasn't your fault, that this should have never happened to you, but you basically allowed it to happen to yourself. And it's also you had every choice to not let that happen, type deal. I'm hearing you allow yourself to be opened up, and you got yourself in your own way. Or you had this belief either someone got in your way, but you probably got in your own way. And it's affecting your passions, your creativity, your self-expression. And I'm seeing you got in your own way because you believed that what you were doing was out of perfection, because you wanted to perfect yourself, or because you wanted to appear in some way. You wanted to be perfect. There was something that you saw as flawed within yourself. And I'm seeing that this is in regards to like your intuition, your craft, your connection to the divine. Like you felt like you didn't have that deep connection, and you actually did the whole entire time, but you allowed yourself to just be tricked out of it. And because that happened, because you were seeking perfection, you wanted to be perfect, you wanted to like be appearing like this way, like as a perfect individual, but you know there's no such thing. It created confusion. And it created confusion because deep within yourself, you know you're flawed, you have your imperfections, but that's what makes you you. That's what makes you as your own person. And so you had like this inner battle going on with back and forth with your mental. And you were probably experiencing like a split personality, or like you were split. Like there was just like, what's going on? Why do I feel so split? Why am I not connected to myself? Why do I feel like, you know, I can't empathize or connect emotionally to people? Like there is just something wrong and off here. And it's because like there was like a mask, there was a fog that you needed to walk away from. This could have been something that was, you know, either within in your childhood that you didn't realize you had growing up. Like there was like a facade, there was a fog that you didn't see something clearly, and you allowed yourself to be guided by, you know, the authoritative people. But it probably like took you into the wrong direction, or not in the direction that you wished it was in, for the betterment of yourself. Like because you had this like way of viewing authority like they knew better, but in all reality they're all human and they're still learning as they're going. It's like whenever you have like a baby or a child, like you're never actually ready or prepared for a child because you don't even know how that's gonna work for you. It's the same thing with like pets. You don't even know their personality or what the requirements are gonna be until like you finally are in it, and then you're here having to readjust like your time management, the way they get feed, their medications, what's great for their habitat, what's great for the child's like, you know, mental stimulation, emotional fulfillment, and the mental health. And so Spirit has been hearing your prayer. You've been wishing on this life. Like there was a lifestyle that you were wishing upon. There was something that you know that was meant to be yours. There's this life that you like Spirit knew that you were meant to be in. And there's a reason why Spirit gave you like that idea, that burst of like, you know, passion, that thoughts. And it wasn't because like it was just out of the blue. Spirit chose you to be the messenger. Spirit chose you. Spirit decided that, you know what, you are the ideal candidate. You have proven yourself. You've proven that you have a good heart. You've proven that you're out there for the betterment of people. And so we are hearing your wishes. You already felt it within your soul that you had something special within you. You just didn't know what. And what Spirit's like doing is like He's showing you like this enlightenment. He's showing you both realities, both worlds. And that could have been, you know, with you tricking yourself into isolation, or you blaming somebody outside of you into that isolation, into feeling like you got tricked or robbed out of something. Because this is also something going on in your unconscious mind that's going on. So you are not even so fully aware, but I'm bringing this awareness onto you, so now you know. And I know it might take a minute to like sink in, because sometimes whenever even people bring awareness into you, if you're not open and ready to receive it, you're not just going to receive it, you're just going to hear my words. And that's okay, because eventually within time, you're going to come into alignment with me at some point in your life, and that is completely cool. You know, we're not going to force it here. But what is this prayer that they're asking about? Yeah, there is this prayer in regards to like abundance. Like there was this abundance that you were meant to be getting. There's been times where like you were struggling for abundance. You were indulging because you wanted to have abundance. Like it had to do a lot with your finances and resources. And you know, you had to shift between both, like, you know, even whenever you did have the finances or the resources, or like, you know, the physical, sometimes you were still being greedy, and Spirit's like, no, we're gonna show you all of it, all sides of it, not just these two realities, all of it. Whenever you do have it, how are you gonna handle it? And whenever you don't have it, how are you gonna handle it? Like, are you gonna move forward? Are you gonna push yourself more? Or are you just gonna go content? So like, there were so many realities where you shifted so many things. Like, you were taught like to not have money, to see how are you gonna act, who are you when you don't have the money. And then you were also being shown like, how are you when you do have the money? Like, are you arrogant? Are you just like gonna be walking all over people? Or are you gonna still be that same person that without the money? How are you gonna be when you do have that sense of security? And sometimes, like, you know, there was a great realization in regards to like a parental figure, that just because they had like the materials, like, it didn't just mean they had like that internal, like the safety, the emotional safety, you know? Because who are you away from like the stuff? And that is like the bittersweet like realization, like the sweet, like sweet but sad moment of having this realization and like epiphany, opening up your eyes. It's like, yes, you can have this one thing, but what is another side? What do you actually provide? And it's so wild, like how I'm here getting this, and like it's opening up my mind, and I'm just like, whoa. And this is just like the tip of the iceberg. This is not the full thing. Your mind is widening up. I know for a fact you're soon gonna start getting downloads. There's just gonna be more downloads and epiphanies coming through. Like, you need to experience like, okay, like both worlds, the best of both worlds, because there's still beauty in both worlds, but it's all in regards to like, who are you gonna be when, like, in which world? Who are you gonna be? And even whenever you do pick which world, how are you gonna be in your own world? What else, Spirit Guides? Yeah, because I'm saying that you probably have rejected yourself, or others have rejected you in regards to your creative expression, to the ideas that you have. And it got you like thinking that you probably didn't feel worthy, or like that you deserve to be sitting at the table. Spirit's like saying like, persevere from the rejection, even your own rejection sometimes. Like, keep on going, keep on moving forward. You're not what people say that you are. And if they are saying these negative things about you, like, you know what? Fuck it. You have a good heart at the end of the day. And you're not here to destroy people. You're here to build people up. And that is a completion that needed to happen. There is so many people in your life that told you that you are this, you are that. And you might not even be like all the time conscious, but sometimes like whenever you're doing something, like, you know, a little thought comes in and they're like, you suck, or you're not smart, or you're not intelligent. And it's because, you know, it's their opinions resurfacing in your psyche, in your unconscious, telling you, you know, hey, it's their opinions and thoughts that weren't never meant to be yours, but your mind captured it. And so now you're having to persevere and go through like, fuck your opinion, fuck what you think about me, I'm gonna be me, I'm gonna do me, I know I have a good heart, I know what I'm doing, I trust myself, I'm worthy enough, I'm confident, and I'm not gonna allow these thoughts, this mindset, or this old mindset that I used to carry, or this old limited beliefs, to make me think that I'm being tricked, or anybody can get access to tricking me into doing anything. Like, I'm not gonna be a victim of my own reality. I'm coming into this completion, and I'm ending this old chapter of myself. Like, there is like a death and rebirth going on here. You're letting go of this old version of yourself. I'm hearing like ego death, like an old way of identifying yourself, like that person that used to cut yourself into pieces so people can accept you. It's coming to an end, because now you're going to be a person that accepts yourself for who you are, even for the darkest moments that you have within yourself. Like, you know damn well, even if you have your dark moments, there's nothing to be ashamed about it. This was part of the destiny. This was part of the cards. Spirit wanted you to learn this stuff. Spirit wanted you to realize this stuff. Like, I know you are having this perception of yourself that you're this great person, but let me humble you and teach you, hey, don't get too arrogant or in your high horse. Learn that you can't just be portraying something that woohoo to people. You got to be real with people. You can't just be saying like, I'm gonna be a preacher and then not practice what I preach. Like, this is why Spirit grounded you into this reality. They're like, yes, you are this great thing out there, but what about in this other aspect of your life? And that's what Spirit's like trying to teach you. You got to be real with yourself on every aspect of your life. And that is something that you're grieving, that you're, releasing and letting go of. Like, it is hard to realize that I am aware that I'm not seeing the camera right now, but it's because like I'm going based off like what I'm receiving in my mind. You're just grieving this version of yourself. Like there's just like you felt like you betrayed yourself. There's this deception. There's guilt. There's just this saddening feeling that it's like, damn, I thought I knew better. I thought I already learned the lesson. But it actually was like I actually kept repeating the cycle and the pattern. And it's because I needed to have this epiphany, this download. And now that I'm given this epiphany and download, like I can make a change in my life. I can choose what kind of reality I want to live in. And I'm seeing like this is going to help you with your heart chakra and help you expand in that. And also interconnect yourself back into the world. And also be connected back into nature and with animals, because I can see like there is a disconnect going on there. There is a major disconnect that like was influencing like the way that you are of service to others. Please don't fall in there. Yeah, because you being of service to others brings you great joy. Like you like being of help. But because like you were not in your heart space or in your heart chakra, like all of this stuff was just like getting in the way of you enjoying things, you just being of help to people, because you naturally like to help people. But whenever you're not in your heart space, like it feels, fake. It doesn't feel authentic. It feels like you're just performing. And that's what Spirit wanted to teach you, like as to why you're performing. Why are you performing? And what identity or perspective or belief system are you still stuck on that's making you want to do this? And it's like the big questions that you really have to have within yourself. And I've been learning a lot. There's been a lot that I've been reflecting on, and there has been a lot of like, moments where you probably have had like imposter syndrome because you don't feel like you're your real self, or because the new version of yourself like you can't seem to identify with because it's so new, like you're still getting to learn it. It's so foreign to you, you don't even know that person. So there is that with that reading. Pretty wildly insane that I made it to 18 minutes and all of that's just spouted. But I'm happy that you're realizing like, you're noticing both ends of the coin and both ends of the scale. With independence comes dependence, but not dependence of, codependence. Dependency of like partnerships, because everybody needs everybody. So that's just one example. As I'm doing this reading, like I'm feeling very exhausted, guys. Like my eyes feel very tired. So I'm gonna leave it at that. I wish you guys a great rest of your day, and thank you for tapping in. Bye, guys.